Welcome to 33 minutes, the start of the final conversation. If you do not know the gentleman with me, previously I was talking with Chris, a bold mind from the West Coast, also the president of CHRISXMATT, if I'm not mistaken. And he had the
overly blunt.
Sorry, brother. And he had the great idea to invite our friend AYZ. Shout out to Murph for that moniker.
Yeah.
And it was a good idea, so we decided to continue. Chris, how you doing this week, brother?
I'm great, good brother. How are you doing today? How's everything on your side? You're like 40 minutes from me. Everything's solid over here. Weather's amazing. Hot,
True.
Nice day. It's been great out here the last few days. I love it. I love the hot.
Let's go straight to the pride of Brampton, AYZ.
What up, guys?
What's up with the weather in the Great North?
Yeah, we're in that. We got, like, as Chris mentioned earlier, we got views weather, Drake views weather. Yeah, it's just been like cold, gray, snow, pure Canada.
Well, am I right in saying that both you guys probably are understanding the word ascension at this point? You're both doing a ton of pods. Chris, you had a big chat, did you not?
I did, man. I had the good, amazing brother Hotep Jesus on my show. And I'm just grateful, someone like with that type of platform, just to shed light on my platform and bring different eyes was, that was amazing. Shout out to Hotep Jesus.
Well, how would you frame that? Were you a fan? I mean, would you put him in hero status? Like, what do you go?
Definitely someone that is paving the way for young creators as far as making it fun for the people, because a lot of this information is overwhelming. It's harder to just lay all this shit out for people and expect them to just be like, okay, just go about your day. So I guess it's just giving them people the medicine through the candy, and that's exactly what he does. And I'm a big fan of that. I like when people do that. So me seeing him do that and figuring out how to know what you know, but keep it to yourself. You don't have to say it on your platform, because you can go on someone else's and say it and let them get flagged or some shit. So it's just he moves very strategic, and I've been just watching that. So for him to come on my show, like I said, it was amazing. So
that was a big moment for you.
Yeah, it was, bro. And I'm a realist. I know where I stand in this quote unquote podcast game, and I am a small platform. And so when people just agree to come on my show, it just be like, I don't have no cosign. I don't have no one to be like, yeah.
I'm sure they just check out an episode of your work and then suddenly they're like, this is a cool dude. That's what I did when you had me on,
Yeah.
Speaking of cool dudes and ladies, feel free to jump in the comments. If you're in there, say hello, all that good stuff.
That's right.
We don't got no ladies in here. Stop lying.
We have ladies.
Do we? Where they at?
Yeah.
I think so. I think we
I'd say a lot. For my Twitter profile, it's going to be a lot of ladies coming over.
Well, since we'll drop it in the details below, what's one thing, if people haven't caught that Hotep Jesus chat, what's one thing that you would point at that might make them want to listen?
I was nervous. I never get nervous, bro. I usually am always like, let's do it. Sometimes I don't really have to sometimes I don't even have to set up really or prepare myself. Like, because if I'm asking you to be on my show, it's because I feel like I have enough information about you to have a good conversation with you. But this one was just like, I was in my head so much. I was like, I wanted it to be so good because it is Hotep Jesus. I know he has a good platform, so I'm like, damn, what angle can I take to that he hasn't taken another podcast? Because I pride myself on my platform to bring a different side out of guests. Cool, you're a conspiracy theorist, but hey, let's talk about what you like doing. Hey.
Yeah, we do have lady viewers, by the way. Hey, Kristen.
I know.
Told you.
I know.
Hey, Kristen.
I know. I'm in the thing right now.
Well, look, I was waiting for you to slip conversationally, but I thought it was a smooth interview.
Yeah.
It didn't overstay.
That was a great episode.
One thing is, out west, we don't do heroes, so let's put our heroes on trial. And then Hotep Jesus, AYZ, you heard the chat. Chris, you were the chat. When he spoke at the beginning, he was speaking from a place of conviction and truth. When he said, pick up others up around you, pay it forward. Would you agree with those words?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
100%.
Go ahead.
The
Yeah,
thing
no,
is,
it's just
go ahead.
I was just gonna say that. Yeah, I mean, I live by that, especially since last year. Just
Mm.
seeing with this lockdown what it's done to people and kind of the mental health that everybody's in. I feel really like empathetic. So like I really try to think of ways of how I can pay any kind of like peace of mind that I have, how to pay it forward to other people, and how to give them like tools or, just mind hacks and stuff. So I think about that a lot. And also just, when you're going through the drive-through in the morning, pay for somebody's coffee behind you. It's a huge deal. You know what I mean? It changes their entire day.
You're paying for
That's
people's
true.
coffee? I didn't know that.
Yeah, I do it all the time.
Hmm.
I'll pay for the coffee. I won't let them see me, and I'll just take off before they even know who did it. But then sometimes you'll catch them in the rearview mirror, like just like shocked that somebody paid for their coffee, and what it does is creates this ripple effect. Like, because the only reason I do it is because somebody did it to me, and it fucked up my day. Like it fucked up my day. I was just like, whoa, there's like really good people out there, Such a tiny gesture.
Save those good vibes. We got Hotep Jesus on hand. For the second part of his chat, he did seem to slip into some old world politics. Am I out of line? He was saying Republicans, Democrats, conservative, liberal.
Free market, yeah.
How does that fit in with the everything fake lifestyle? Did that hit you, or were you kind of like, eh?
No, because the everything fake lifestyle to me is really just more like a mental firewall, right? It's more just to protect yourself from this idea that the news is constantly coming out with bullshit to like get your attention or to traumatize you, so that you keep paying more and more attention to television. So everything fake is really just more about like, well, I'm calling bullshit on whatever you're trying to like get me to be fear mongering about. That's really what it's about, So no, I'm not a big fan of Democrats, Republicans, this idea of like two-party systems. So, but maybe he's being a little bit more practical in a way where he's looking at it like, well, this is a system that we have, and we have to figure out a way to, finesse it, to use it. And I think that's where he's coming from. Where some of us don't even want to engage with the system, and that might be our path, and that might not be his path. His path might be somebody's gotta try and fix things,
That's fair. Is that how you saw it, Chris? Is working within the system?
I agree, because even though we know everything is fake and we don't fall for psyops, we still live in this simulation. There's still rules that apply. There's still a game that's being played, and you have to adapt and learn how to be in and get it and learn the ways. You have to learn the game and get in. It's better to know it and stay out the way than not know what's going on and then get eaten up. So I like his approach because like you said, everything fake, cool. Politics, I don't get caught up in that. But at the end of the day, the Democrats seem like they fucking us up. And that's a fact, bro. That's not an everything fake type thing. So we're seeing it play out. So yeah, I agree with exactly what I said. You have to, it's a firewall. Everything fake is a firewall. We just don't fall for the bullshit. Politics no longer takes my energy. It don't have my loosh anymore.
That's exactly right.
If somebody says, Hotep mentioned the KKK as a villain. When somebody says KKK, what do those letters mean to you? Chris, for you first.
White supremacy,
Mm-hmm.
White liberalism, infiltration, not invasion. Yeah, bro, it's just KKK. It has a history of stuff, but it has been psyop too, to an extent, to where people always just blame the KKK, these hooded people. And it's like, we really putting that much power into them too, and that's why I feel like we just manifest a lot of this stuff, bro. We create the hate, we create these stupid ass narratives that they just throw up one time on the TV, and we carry it on.
Jen's representing the Nope Squad. AYZ, your thoughts? Your thoughts on the KKK?
Oh, well, the first word that comes to mind to me, and I used to feel the same as Chris, like everything Chris just described is how I would have looked at it just a couple of months ago even. And now I look at it like the KKK is kind of a control mechanism. It's like what people forget is that the powers that be, whether it's the alphabet agencies or whatever, they have a very vested interest in controlling white people too. Right. So if there's no KKK, there's nothing to point to white people to say, hey, like, don't be like these guys. Right. So it's all the way. It's all like all of it is just like, whether it's the Black Panthers, whether it's the KKK, whether it's BLM, whatever, it's all just control mechanisms for us regular people to kind of hurt us by shame and guilt. You know what I mean? Like,
I forgot what he said in the pod. He made such a good point where it's 3 things that sometimes these people do where it's like they either grift, they don't know what they're talking about, or both. And it really fucked me up because it's like, damn, okay, like sometimes you should just sit back and just let this shit play out. And I feel like, but now after you said that, I'm like, okay, a lot of the pods that I do listen to, like hip hop pods, like they do know what's going on, but they know they can't say that shit because
advertisers,
the bag's in the way, and the bag gets in the way of the money. So I get it, bro. I 100% get it. But now, is it all about the money now? Now that's the conversation then.
All right, so here's the thing. You guys are symbolism, yeah? You guys read symbolism?
Yeah.
To a certain degree, yeah.
What letter is K in the alphabet? Anybody?
Ooh,
I'm not sure.
It's the 11th letter.
11th
How many
letter.
Ks are there?
33. Oh!
It's narrative, guys. It's narrative.
Whoa.
Damn.
Let's go ahead and send an invite to Hotep.
That fucked me up.
Yeah, me too. I don't say.
That fucked me up.
Hotep, we got one more seat for you, brother. Anytime. I guess to wrap it up, Chris, does this launch you into a new, I don't know, a mindset, or are you business as usual?
A little bit of both, man. A little bit of both. I want to have fun with this, and so far I am having fun with this. But eventually, you have to get to a point where business is gonna get involved. You gotta have to monetize, and I think that's when the fun starts. Like it starts not being as fun. And I'm just thankful that I'm in a position right now where I don't have to make money off this. I don't have to like, damn, next month I have to make some type of money off my pod because I need to keep the lights on or something. So I'm thankful that I don't have to worry about that. So I am having fun with it. I can treat it how I want. But obviously people like Hotep, I have another big guest I'm doing next on Monday. And it's just, I just see like how myself is leveling up, and it amazes me because I don't have a cosign. And I came into this, and I know people are probably like, what the fuck is this CHRISXMATT account that got Hotep Jesus? Like, what the fuck? Like, that's how I look at it. I'm like, damn, I really got Hotep Jesus on my show. And to some people, I'd be like, it's whatever, bro. He might go on everybody's show. And that's probably is true, but like, that's a big look. Hotep Jesus, the platform that he has, that's a big look.
You might be a small signal, but your hustle game is undefeated. What you got?
I was just going to say, even if he does do a lot of podcasts, which I don't know if he does, but the fact that he was on your podcast and he was giving you you were interacting with him like intellectually. He wasn't just phoning it in. He wasn't just like, you guys, like I could tell you guys, he liked you, you liked him. And I think that's what really resonates. And it's honestly, dude, it's a testament to your personality.
Thank you.
You have a very likable personality. And I always tell you that, like,
thank you.
I think Jose put his finger on it. Too much sauce.
Too much sauce. That's too much sauce.
James giving some love, by the way. What's up, James?
Hey, James.
Okay.
All right. I think you're off the hook, Chris. That was a damn good chat, and if you haven't caught it, do. AYZ, you've been busy as well, chatting with a couple different pods. Shout out to Conrad out of San Diego. You were with Rambo, Murph, and Conrad. What are we gonna mix in, Chris?
And he just did the Warp one, the Warp podcast.
I just did the Warp one. It's not out yet, but it should be out any day, like today or tomorrow. And I did the Homewrecker crew. It's
Homewrecker. What's up, guys?
Yeah, they're just awesome people. Like I liked it because I liked their vibe. But when I went on it, we just got along so well that by the end of it, we ended the podcast and we still kept talking another hour. So
would you say when you've encountered a couple that's both say awake and doing a podcast, does that feel like the right situation to enter a relationship rather than one foot in, 1 foot out? How did it feel to talk to them?
I was gonna say I don't know if that's what it is, but what I do know is talking to them is like one of the few times where I've seen a couple where I'm just like, oh, they just have great energy. Like it's not, there's no, like a lot of couples, they're just annoying. Like you just get annoyed around them because they just like, they're trying to show you how cool they are or like, what a great family they have and so forth. None of that. Just good people that wanted to talk and like, and really seem to be about good energy, which is what I liked, just wholesome energy.
Velo in the house with some good advice. Don't get lost.
Don't get lost in the sauce.
Don't get lost in the sauce, boys.
Well, okay, so if you're hanging out with a bunch of mental heavyweights, like the gentleman we've just mentioned,
Yeah.
do you come away from that experience feeling rejuvenated, inspired, or more just kind of exhausted mentally?
Not at all exhausted. Maybe exhausted in the sense that when you talk for 3 hours, you do get tired just in general, you know. But not from the guys. Not from the guys. If anything, I feel like, and I'm sure the guys feel the same way, is that, you know, waking up every morning, going on Twitter, and knowing these guys are around and we can have conversations has basically what's gotten me through this whole, like, you know, pandemic. This
Yeah.
lockdown. It's just been like, look, there's other people that feel like us, and they're cool people. They don't have egos, you know. And you know, being in that conversation was honestly one of the dopest times I've ever had in my life. Just talking to these guys who were so like-minded and willing to like turn any idea over different ways without feeling threatened, you know. And that's so rare to get in a room where you can just talk to people and nobody feels like, is this person attacking my idea, you know.
Fair enough. During that chat, you mentioned that you were a fan of Kanye West. I'm not sure if you guys have heard of him. Just to get kind of a litmus test of what's your favorite Kanye West lyrics? Like, let the music go. What's your favorite lyric?
Oh wow, you just caught me so off guard with that. Favorite lyric. What's that one with the no one man can have all that power? That's a good one. It seems very fitting for the last couple of years.
Chris, what do you got? You got a favorite Kanye lyric?
Yes, sir. I don't. Not specifically, but I'm gonna give you the one that was in my head. I'm gonna give you the one that was in my head. And that what was in my? It was damn. It was from Monster too. No, the Joy. Kanye West, the Joy. Add a little sugar. Or Devil in a New Dress. Devil in a New Dress. Come on, bro.
Yeah.
Rambo.
Hey, Kanye is a messiah.
Rambo.
Hey, shout out to
Rambo. Just wants to kill Kanye for me.
Okay. Well, let's take that thread since Rambo was kind enough to throw it at us. Yeah. I have this question. I turn it over nearly every day. If somebody is an artist, and we can all respect Kanye for his artistic talent, at what point do you stop giving him your energy? Because he does work for the machine. That should be obvious. You know, the E channel, etc. What do you do with that passion? You're still a fan.
The music game.
It's tricky. Even when when you're kind of like a hardcore fan, because in a way he helped you get through life with his music. You know, like this it's a very personal thing. And then he suddenly goes on this like Jesus is King detour, and then you have to decide, are you going to follow him? You know, because
can I stop y'all right there?
Yeah.
What if the church idea was to not get taxed no more?
Well, that I think that is a pretty big part of it.
So he's doing everything that the elite do. As far as like, okay, I have all this money, I'm rich. How can I keep most of it? Start a church, bet, farm, bet. Like,
but why are they letting him? That's what I don't get.
But they also demonize him as being crazy, though, right?
They do.
Even though he is saying truth, like go have your own your own land, be self-sustainable, own your masters, own your own rights, do what you want. Even though he is pushing all that, people still think he's crazy. Kanye's crazy. Right. They don't know what he's doing, so we don't even pay him the mind and what he's saying because he fucks with Trump, so he automatically canceled.
Yeah, but. Okay, let's say you're on point with that game and you can roll with the corrupt network that we have. Is that somebody that we should even be giving our money to? Like, that's just it.
I look at it like, at this point, if Kanye runs for president, I don't think I'd be supportive at all. I was last time, just last year. I don't think I'd be supportive at all, just because what I know now about the fakery and how these things work and so forth. And it's like, but if you were to put out a fire album tomorrow, yeah, I'm gonna buy it or whatever, stream it. You know what I mean? Like, and I know that might be like, why would you support a dude who potentially would be running for president? But it's like, bro, I still got to live. I still got to find art to motivate myself and stuff. And that's still the highest form of art that I can find that motivates me. So if that's what it is, I got to separate art from artists. That's what I'm going to do. But But I gotta be honest. There's a part of me, just like Chris, I have a lot of faith in Kanye. I'm just trying to be, on this public platform and with other friends around and stuff. I'm trying to be like, okay, I'll be responsible. If he turns out to be like this kind of shill, then fine. I'm gonna be the first to admit it. I'm not gonna go down with the ship. But at the same time, I have faith. Like, I do think there's something about that guy that connects personally with a lot of people, and it's deeper than just like you can't make politicians connect like that.
He's the only celebrity in Hollywood that has gone at the elite at the level that he's gone at him at. Yeah. That's the only thing that kind of keeps me kind of like, why is he still around? Because the whole saying it's a new world, Hillary Clinton, it's a new world, Barack Obama, saying Jay-Z got shooted, like he said some shit that's like, bro, how do you not get popped over this?
Yeah.
But look what happened right after. The tour gets canceled, he gets hospitalized.
Exactly. And it's been kind of weird since he got hospitalized.
Yep.
Actually, let me throw in my own personal wrinkle. People always talk from a place of rumor. You're talking about UCLA Hospital. I used to do catering, and I will say that they have an entire wing this is at a hospital guarded by an armed guard that we weren't allowed to ride in. So be that as it may, there's an entire tower. And I think if you're running pop culture, Princess Leia had a lot to say about them erasing memory too, but I'm not going to go down that.
I wouldn't doubt it. It. Nothing's crazy to me anymore. Nothing's out of the picture. Nothing.
Yeah.
Like, you could tell me a theory right now, and I may not believe it, but I'm like, I wouldn't put it past you, bro. You're probably right.
Let me say this. Is it fair to say that, like, you guys are both artists, myself? Is there anything more annoying than a phony who uses the system to get platform? Or is that just one of those things that, like you say, AYZ, you're willing to accept?
Let's circle it back to Hotep. It's grifting.
Oh yeah, you're right, it is. It's grift. But at the same time, I'm always willing to, like, separate art from artist. Like, I almost rather know less about the artist when I'm enjoying the art, But I can do that, but at the same time, it's like, if it gets out of hand, if it's so obvious that this person is selling us down the river or something, then then I'm not going to support that. Like, for example, somebody that I right now think is pretty tricky is Jay-Z, Like, with some of the moves he's doing, it's like, whoa, bro, like, I see you. I see what's going on, And so that, Jay-Z seems to be somebody who's really using the culture,
And can I add on that too? He doesn't own Tidal no more.
No, he doesn't.
Jack Dorsey owns Tidal.
Like, what is up with that, bro?
Jack Dorsey owns Tidal now.
Yeah. It just sounds like Jay's a gatekeeper now.
Well, it feels like a lot of businessmen might be artists too. We may as well,
which is fine. The thing that gets me tight is that they preach this whole being for the people. I'm doing this for no, you're not. Say you're doing it for yourself. Okay, we're capitalists. It is what it is, bro. Feed for you and your family, but stop grifting and saying you're doing it for the betterment of the Black community when it's not at all. What happened with the NFL? We're still waiting. He took a knee. We're still waiting. What happened? Everyone said wait till the season's over. The season ended and nothing happened.
Well, if we're talking Kaepernick now, you might want to check how much he donates to charities. It might be $33,000. Aside from that, 33. Since 33 minutes is not your normal chat show, but a mathematical perfection, let's go ahead and invite Kanye. You say you're an artist. Step out of your element. We got one more seat for you.
Cujo, if you can pull a Kanye interview for us, bro, go.
No, dude, this is the age of artists. Look, if you're acting like you're talented and you're not willing to step and put your hands to the fire, you're not 2021. I'll tell you that.
We're on the right show. 33.
Did you guys ever watch that TMZ interview when he spaces out and he's staring at that girl?
Yeah.
Dude, we don't have enough time for that. Chris.
All right, let's go.
You have a big week ahead of you. Talk about what you're looking at.
Oh, next week episode, I'm getting a reading on there. I don't know if you guys ever heard of cardology. I'm getting a cardology reading. I'm a 7 of hearts in cardology, and the 7 of hearts is the 33rd card of the deck, coincidentally.
Wow.
Yeah, so
it comes around.
I'm having this. Her name's Hell of a Healer. She'll be on the pod next week, and I'm excited for that one. That one's fire.
It's nice branding. Is that going to be a video podcast or no?
No. We just did it over the phone.
All right.
Yeah. She has her own method and everything, so it's interesting.
All right. Well, if she's online socially, we'll definitely put a link to her in this. Chris, anything else got your attention culture-wise?
I honestly shout out to everybody that's been tapping in, and I always say this on the podcast, but shout out to everyone that taps in because of the guest, but stay because they like what I have to offer and because me. Shout out to them, because I do see it. It's slowly growing. It's slowly growing. I don't really do this for followers, nothing like that, but it's slowly growing, and I'm having the conversation. I'm having amazing conversations on conspiracy. And that's my main goal. Because whenever this shit goes down, if I have a capsule and this shit lives on, I'm solid, bro. So shout out to everyone that's listening. Shout out to you guys too, because this is becoming fun, and this is definitely gonna be something dope.
Yeah, I look forward to this.
Word. Well, it seems like it's been a long time coming, but it seems like people are ready to kind of step out of the shadows, including the archetype. What's going on?
Yeah, he's the homie.
People are chatting up Godzilla. Would you recommend that, Chris? Since you were chatting up earlier.
I do. If you're into symbolism and occult stuff and all that, yeah, everything. 33 is in there. Antarctica, Hollow Earth. Some purples in there. A lot of purples in there.
Of course it is.
Yeah, a lot of purples in there. Is Godzilla a symbolism for the plasma apocalypse?
We'll have to save that for another chat, I imagine. AYZ, your thoughts? What do you got going on in the next week? The busiest man in podcasting.
Just a couple more podcasts. I'm doing the tour. I'm trying to get on as many as possible so that I feel like people are just they search for your name. They'll search for Chris or they'll search for Ayz, and if a bunch of podcasts pop up, that's great. They get to know you. So I'm really just kind of doubling down on that right now. I'm gonna have some more music coming out soon, and then the other thing is just this dope community that we're building. Like between your podcast, your channel, and my Twitter. There's like, it's even right now. Like somebody literally just tweeted, "Yep, I'm like they're watching it right now." So. That's been the coolest thing. Like all the people that is in this everything is fake community, they're just so warm and open-minded and thoughtful and like very little butting of heads, like hardly any, and that's really been kind of like my cultural thing this week is like just noticing that there's this little bubble of culture that's being created on the internet right now that's actually kind of special.
I was just about to say, I love your tweet. Your tweet earlier when you said that they're eliminating cultures physically. It seems like, but online we are building an online community.
And I think our communities are going to become valuable, like cultures.
Yeah.
You have stuff like Realized Radio popping up, which is a catchy name. Of course, you have the hashtag 33 minutes. Is that how you manifest that? Just kind of like weekly schedule and hashtags, that kind of stuff?
I think so, yeah. I think first of all, I think what you did was brilliant by reclaiming some of these things like the 33 minutes, like we're reclaiming these numbers, we're taking the hocus pocus away from them and the kind of like the myth that makes everybody feel like, this is evil or it's like, like we're taking the power back because they're just numbers. It's nothing more, and they might have some kind of energetic value in the simulation, but we should use them, and the reason they make them seem so evil is so that we won't use them. So I'm a big fan. Let's spread the numbers. Let's spread this new language and just talk, loosh, all those words. I think they're changing the way people look at things. And even if it's just a small group, it'll grow.
Honestly,
Love
bro.
you, Jen.
33, like just that, like, yeah, man. They use it. They know the power of 33, but they use it negatively. We are using it positively now.
Exactly.
We're using the vibration positively, and that's the difference right there.
We said this before we started the pod. I'll make this quick, but everybody in real life everybody on my feed is seeing the number 33 in their real life, not just like in hoax codes and stuff, but they're seeing it like just looking up at the time constantly. Every day I'm getting tweets of people saying I'm seeing the 33 everywhere, which is bizarre to me. Like, I don't know what that's about,
Huh. No, I agree that I think once you tap into a frequency, and not to be too esoteric, I think you do.
Hold on. Cujo, though, I'm gonna give it your shout out too, because you did a TT and a little conversation.
You're right.
And that's dope too, because he does have his little following. So, and I know you're a fan of his, so that was cool to listen to that as well. So shout out to you for that too. You gotta pat yourself on the back.
If you guys haven't caught that, the EMCO epilogue, a lot of people were invested in a narrative. That narrative has come to a halt. So if you're interested in that, check it out. For
Where can we
sure.
find it?
It's just on the YouTube. You know the YouTube.
Okay. Cool.
AYZ, any pop culture in the final minutes got your attention?
To be honest, right now there's not much. Like movies, nothing new is really happening that I'm super excited about. Music seems to be kind of on a pause because of this lockdown. You know.
What do you listen
Yeah.
to, Ayz? Who else do you like? What do you listen to on the regular?
I'll be honest, I'm listening to old stuff right now. I'm listening to a lot of old Drake. I'm listening to a lot of old Kanye. I'm listening. I don't know if you know if Stove Got Cooks. You know Stove Got Cooks? That album is insane. That album that came out last year. I can't. Like, bro, I keep trying to explain to people, like, listen to this album, and because of the cover art or something, I think people dismiss it. They think it's like something, you know what I mean?
That Stove Got. I mean that
Stove Got Cooks.
Yeah, the song though. I forgot what song it is. Oh my god.
Pyrex, Break the
Pyrex.
a bunch. Yep. That album is just brilliant. Anyway, so yeah, I'll recommend that album. Go find the Stove Got Cooks album. It's from last year. It was probably the best hip hop album of last year. And not a lot of people know about it, but it's just fucking like if you like old school not gangster, but like
John Starks, bro. John Starks. Oh my gosh.
Yeah. The beats are just
man.
The beats are soulful and just like hip hop as fuck.
Yeah. Agree.
Yeah.
What are you listening to, Cujo?
Everything, brother. We'll have to save that for another chat. Just in case you missed it, Chrispiracy Pod. Final shout outs.
Yeah, check that out.
Chris, go.
Shout out to you guys, shout out to Cujo, shout out to Ayz, shout out to Everything Fake community, shout out to Realize Radio, shout out to Human Vibration, shout out to Brother Berg, shout out to everyone, man. Hotep Jesus, shout out to my brother Dennis B. Messiah for the artwork. And
Dennis, thank you, brother.
Hopefully this becomes a weekly Friday. It's Friday nights too, perfect.
It's a weekly thing. It's done. We already manifested that shit.
Weekly
AYZ, we're under a minute. Send some shout outs.
Quick shout outs. Just family. I'm sure if my kids might be watching, I feel like they raised an eyebrow earlier. They wanted to check it out. They might be in there. So if they are, shout out to them. Shout out to everybody on my Twitter feed. They're just like, all my Twitter followers, just the dopest people in the world. I can't say enough how much I love those people. And I try to send them your guys' way too. So yeah, just those people, and then all the people that Chris mentioned. Like a lot of those people are people that I'm cool with too. So like and most of all, dude, Chris was the first person to have me on a podcast, and I just he helped me find my confidence of being able to talk on a podcast. Now I'm doing you guys know I'm on the tour now.
Hey, bro, I have a thing where I'm a lot of people's first podcast, so I kind of pride myself on that. It's pretty dope.
Yeah, but you get our loyalty because of it now, No,
yeah, I see it. I'm forever thankful.
Guys, time's up. I think my favorite Kanye lyric is "Real friends to real friends."